Well, I haven't seen this many Chanel makeup items in one house before. Guys, I have a ton of Chanel makeup. I have acquired quite a few Chanel makeup items over the last year mainly, but from a couple of years before that too. I fell in love with Chanel makeup about 3 years ago, and I haven't looked back. I have so many to share with you, so let's jump right in. Well, you guys, I have my sexy voice from the cold that I'm having right now. No, it's not COVID, but I'm sick again with something else. And I've got my little sexy voice going on from the cold. Every time I get this kind of voice, I think about in Friends. Do you guys remember? Phoebe gets a cold and she can sing better after getting the cold. So after recovering from the cold, she tries to catch the cold virus again so that she could get, you know, sexy again, sound sexy again. So that every time I hear my voice like this, it reminds me of that scene from Friends. Sorry if you're younger than my age and don't know what Friends is, but I assume most people know what Friends is. It's a sitcom, by the way. It was in the 90s. So anyway, and early 2000s. So I have a ton of Chanel makeup here, you guys. I don't really know how and where to get started. So I think I'm going to start kind of like, I have a lot of really good Chanel makeup. And just a few that I'm not too crazy about, but that's really rare with Chanel. I noticed, like, I used to think before I fell in love with Chanel, I used to think, oh, for God's sake, give me a break. You know, just because it's Chanel, Coco Chanel, the makeup couldn't be that much better. It's, I'm sure, comparable to others and, you know, maybe even less in quality. It just sells because it's of the name. Boy, was I wrong. They really obviously put a lot of research and a lot of work into their formulations in how they create their makeup items. And I know that for sure, because some of these items, not only do they go on so well on the skin, but they're good for your skin. A lot of them have like skincare ingredients, but I don't know how much that benefits the skin just from being in makeup. But I've also used Chanel face creams and stuff like that, and hand creams, body creams. I can attest to the fact that they really do work. It really, you know, make my skin look supple and everything. I'll get to all that here in a second. So I think I'm going to start with, foundation, because that seemed like a logical place to start. So let's start with foundation. This is probably I'm biting more than I can chew, so I'm not going to be able to get into every little detail about these foundations, because I could make one whole video just about Chanel foundations, you guys. Let me get started with these right here. So I love Chanel's Le Beige collection. Everything about Le Beige collection is just absolutely divine. I just absolutely adore the whole Le Beige collection. So let me start with Chanel Healthy Glow Foundation. This is hydration and long wear, they call it. It's supposed to be hydrating your skin and then also supposed to be long wear. So this is what I have. I have two shades here. So I have shade number BD61, and then I have B70. So B70 is my summer shade, and this is my winter shade, obviously. I tend to be like between 60 and 70, but mostly 60 is my number. I kind of fluctuate also between 50 and 62. So it's like a range for me from 50 to 70, but I would say for the most part, I just hover around 60. This is a really definitely hydrating foundation without it being too greasy, too slidey, too slippy, too shiny. You know, it's just very hydrating, and it dries down nice. but it does need to be set. So yeah, this is a really good foundation. I really particularly like to wear this during winter time when my skin is feeling super dehydrated and need like a drink of water kind of you know, time. I love to wear this. This has got, I would say, medium coverage, but you can build it up to almost a full coverage. So yeah, it's not bad. The coverage isn't bad. So the next foundation that I really like, that I just got recently, is this one from Chanel. This is Chanel #1 from the #1 collection. This whole line has red camellia extract, I think, in it, like red camellia oil and all these, like, really, like, apparently red camellia is really good for the skin. So this foundation here has red camellia oil too. This is kind of like a foundation that has a bit of a radiant finish. It's not too dewy, it's not matte, it's kind of in the middle, so kind of like a radiant finish. It's a buildable foundation. It's kind of on the natural side. It's buildable, but it's got a very kind of natural finish. I would say it's like light to medium, but you can build it up if you want. So this is really good for any time of the year. I think like this is great even for winter time in the cold weather when the skin needs that moisture, but also it will be great in summertime too, in the heat, you know, where it's not too dewy, but it has like environmental protectants in here, you know, a lot of good skincare ingredients in here in addition to red camellia oil. But I prefer to wear, because my skin type is kind of oily to combination to acne prone skin, so I like to wear this more in the winter time because of the red camellia oil in here. I think gives me that extra moisture that I need for my skin. So I really love this one for winter time. So the next one is Vitel Lumiere Aqua. This one, you guys, is a very light, water light, kind of watery texture, light to medium coverage foundation that's perfect for hot weather, summertime. I would say it goes on very nice and dries down really quickly. Gives a nice sort of glow to the skin. This is, like I said, a foundation for those days that you don't really want a cake face. You don't want a full look, a full glam. You just want, you know, to even out your skin tone and look really glowy, and just kind of maybe put a little bronzer in your crease and just some lip gloss type of days. Really nice, very lightweight. You don't even feel this on the skin. Again, remember, this is a light to medium coverage. I think they say light to medium, but I think it kind of leans more towards light coverage. So for those of you who have very perfect skin almost and don't really want any coverage, but just want that nice glow and even skin tone, this is the one for you. I am also in the same shade as anything else. This has, by the way, it's very water-based. I think there are 2 balls in there. You have to like shake it when you use it. You get the idea. So then we have this thing that went kind of viral in a way when it was first introduced. The Chanel Le Beige Water Tint Foundation. Is it called Water Fresh? There you go. Water Fresh Foundation right here. This one is very unique because this has like these little beads. I don't know if you can see. It has little beads in there suspended in like a watery solution. These beads have these are foundation beads. So you pump it on like this. It's very kind of like watery. And when you actually mix it on the back of your hand, you're breaking those beads of foundation, and then you get this sort of light kind of coverage. I don't know if you can see. It's a very watery, very almost unnoticeable, lightweight finish. Here's my other hand. So there's like, you know, you can't really even tell, you know, that you put it on. It's a very soft, very unnoticeable, no makeup look. that you get with this one. This one is definitely light coverage, almost like very natural coverage that you don't really look like you're wearing any foundation when you wear this. So this is for those of you who really don't want to look like you're wearing makeup at all. Like you want to act like you just rolled out of bed and this is just how great your skin looks. So it just will even out your skin tone, give you a nice healthy glow. It just makes your skin look healthy, and that's it. They introduced this one, Le Beige Water Fresh Touch. This one is Water Fresh Tint. This one is Water Fresh Touch. I think this was meant to be like a concealer almost, or you can use it either way. You can use this as a concealer, or you can use this as a foundation that has a touch more coverage than this, but you're still going for that I'm not wearing any makeup look. Like you can't tell you're wearing this at all, like you're wearing foundation at all when you wear either one of these, really. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. There are those, it's kind of gross because I've used it. You see those beads? Those beads are bigger than the beads in here. As you can see, the foundation beads in here. Same concept. You put it on the back of your hand, you break it up, and you apply with a brush. I recommend a brush with both of these foundations. Honestly, with almost all of Chanel foundations, I recommend brushes rather than sponges. So yeah, this one, you guys, you can, like, let's say you can wear this all over your face. You can use this under your eyes as like almost like a unrecognizable, unnoticeable concealer, or you can just wear this all over your face, still look like you're not really wearing anything at all. So yeah, these two went kind of viral. People kind of went nuts over them because they're like that, you know, I'm not wearing anything look. Not even a no makeup look, just no makeup at all, you know, look. Next I have from Chanel the Ultra foundation. This one is a little bit more full coverage. I don't know if I can really show you on the back of my hand. So this is actually my darker shade. As you can see, it's a little bit too dark for me right now. This is probably even better for like winter, or right now I'm okay with just using a concealer and working with it even in winter. So yeah, as you can see, do you see how much full coverage that is? This one is a full coverage foundation, not satin, kind of like a soft matte finish is a better way to put it. This is supposed to give you 24-hour coverage. It lasts a long time, and I agree. This does last all day. If I ever wore foundation for 24 hours, I'll be able to show you that this will last that long. The longest I've worn this is about 12 hours, and it was still really going really strong at 12-hour mark. So yeah, I would say I agree with it. So Chanel concealers are really good. They are just as good as Pat McGrath, you know, like that very famous of Pat McGrath concealer. These are like very full coverage, but not thick. They're very like thin, but very full coverage. Goes on well, don't crease. Just absolutely good. Very creamy. These are my two shades that I have. One of them is actually a color corrector, supposed to be, because it's a bit like a salmon-y shade. I'll link everything down in the description box. And here's my actual concealer shade. So yeah, really goes on well. I mean, I could show you a little bit, you know, like kind of like right there, you know. I mean, you can tell that, you know, it's very thin, but really is full coverage. Yeah, love them, love them, love them, love them. No complaints about them. The Natural Finish Loose Powder by Chanel. So it's a 40 Adore Translucent 3. So that's what this is, Translucent 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, and I got, I think, the darkest shade. So I just took the puff out of here, and this is what the powder looks like. This powder is so beautiful, you guys. It just gives you like this most beautiful, like soft finish. I don't know if you can see that. Camera's not gonna really do good with, you know, I don't know if you can maybe see it on my face. Let me try to put it a little bit on my face. If you can maybe notice here. It just gives this like beautiful soft coverage, like, you know, like a veil kind of finish. I really like this powder. I have like gone through half the powder now. I've only like got half of it left. That says a lot because I have a ton of powder from so many brands, but I still love this one really a lot. And then I have the Chanel La Beige powder. This one is in the shade N30. That's weird that I have this one in 30 because I remember like buying 60 and it being super dark, and then buying 50 and it being also still dark, and 40 and it's still being dark, and finally settling with 30 and being really shocked that I had to go that far down with the powder as opposed to anything else that I wear from Chanel. With powders, I think it's a little bit different, like face powders, I feel like. So here it is. I took the whole brush and the protective cover off. So this is, I mean, as you can see, this is actually my shade. So you can tell by how dirty it is and my brush marks that this is loved and wear this all the time. This is a powder that I really wear. I love the fact it has a nice mirror, except right now I need it cleaned. Yeah, so very nice powder. I love this. This is great. Now, this one is great if you're doing makeup at home, you know, just really nice finish. But if you are traveling or you want something to put in your purse, this is the one I recommend for a powder if you want your compact in your purse to do like touch-ups. So the next one has a really long name, you guys. It's the Ultra Wear All Day Comfort Flawless Finish Compact Foundation. So this is actually a powder foundation, so you can use this just as foundation and not wear any like liquid foundation with it or cream foundation with it. So yeah, I still keep it in the protective cover, so it comes like this in this case. So let me show you. So this is what it looks like right here. This is the powder. I really don't like when they put the sponge here and like this whole situation here. I don't really enjoy these applicators they put in this. I just use my own stuff, but it is nice if you're like traveling and you just bring in this for touch-ups, and you know, that's nice to have this in here. By the way, these pop out. These are refillable, so you can like refill these, you know, which I think it's nice. You can then pop it right back in. I have this in the shade B60. There you go, back to, because this is not really a powder, it's a powder foundation, so now it's going along correct with my usual number. Okay, so yeah, this is really a very full coverage, gives a very flawless finish powder foundation, and yes, you can wear just this. You don't need to wear, if you're somebody who doesn't like liquid foundations on really hot summer days, you just want a powder foundation so it doesn't, your foundation doesn't run down your face, you know what I mean, like doesn't run down your face. You just want to just do powder foundation so it sticks to your skin and kind of melts into the skin as you sweat. So this is the one for you. Yeah, this is a really flawless coverage foundation. It's a very kind of long-lasting matte finish foundation. Feels kind of velvety in the finish, which I really like. So yeah, I really like it for like summertime especially. So that's it for foundations and powders. So let's move on to bronzers. So I have 2 cream bronzers and 1 powder bronzer from Chanel, which I love, by the way. I have the, I don't know how many of you can remember the original Soleil Ten de Chanel, which I think they discontinued now. So this is what it is. I had to get it. But unfortunately, you guys, I got this because I'm a makeup lover and I had to have it. This is almost my complexion. This is a little bit darker than my complexion, and you can see it on my skin, especially in wintertime. Right now you can't tell because I'm already wearing a ton of bronzer on my skin, so I look tanner than I actually am. But this actually does show up on my skin, but not too noticeably, like not the way I want it to. But I had to get it because I love this formulation. I just had to have it. When all the other people who can actually wear this were talking about it, I had to get it. I got it and already dipped into it. So now I can't even give it away to anybody, but I keep it because I still really love it. in the middle of winter when I'm super light, my lightest, I do wear this, but it doesn't give me the bronzing I want. So instead, I think a lot of people were complaining about how Chanel didn't expand their shade range. You know, they don't or didn't used to in many of their products. Finally, I think they heard people and they came up with this bronzer right here. So this is the Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. Now this came in 3 shades and I think I got the darkest shade. This is 395 Soleil Tan Deep Bronze. So yeah, it's probably the darkest shade that I got here. You can see how this is loved. This is loved. Now this is like a good bronzer shade for me, maybe a little more dark than I want it to be, but I like it. I like this. I should probably go for like the number 2, but I got this because I wanted something darker. This is a really nice cream bronzer. That's what I'm wearing on my skin. By the way, all these products, most of them I'm wearing on my skin today. So this is the bronzer I'm wearing. To directly compare the Soleil Tan de Chanel to the Le Beige one, you can see first of all what a difference the shade is here. But you can tell that this one is a little bit more creamy and emollient than this one, the Soleil Tan de Chanel. This one, I really wish this one was the exact formulation as this one, the original Soleil Tan de Chanel, because while I love this one more. Yes, I love the new one, but I wish it was the exact same formulation. But anyway, I feel like the older one, the Soleil Tan de Chanel, was a little bit more kind of like drier and not as emollient. It went on almost had a powdery dry down, like, I don't know, satin dry down is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Whereas this one stays kind of creamy on your skin. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but you know that. But I still love them both. Here is my Chanel powder bronzer. This is the Le Beige Oversized Healthy Glow Sun-Kissed Powder. So they call it Sun-Kissed Powder, but it's really actually a bronzer. It's very confusing. I suppose you could buy it in your exact shade and use it as a powder, but I was looking for this as a bronzer, so which is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to give you like a sun-kissed look. I love this because this is perfect. It's not, I hate those red, almost brick kind of color bronzers, but makes you kind of red, which is not what we want. I also don't want it to be like too like yellowy, you know what I mean? So this is like the perfect type of shade, perfect undertones. And it's really, that's what I'm wearing on my skin today. As you can see, it gives me a really nice sun-kissed kind of look. Really nice sort of finish this has. As you can tell, I mean it is loved. Do you see the dent that I've put into it? I'm almost going to hit, I think I'll be hitting pan here very soon. I use this on a daily basis and I love the oversized pan here, just to show you the difference between the pan size. So here is the powder, my face powder, and here is the bronzer. So this is oversized. You know what's funny? The oversized Chanel compacts, like components, they don't have this velvet protector, which I don't understand. So the next I want to share with you the one blush I have from Chanel, which surprises me because I have like a million lip products from Chanel, which I will get to here in a minute. But blush, I've only bought one because, you know, they're very kind of natural finish blushes. That's what I'm wearing right now. You can probably barely tell that I have blush on because Chanel blushes you can't overdo. Like, even if you went with a super heavy hand, they don't like really like, you know, look crazy, which is a good thing. But I do have blush formulas from Dior that I love more than Chanel, but Chanel has some really beautiful blushes too. I do need to get a couple of more shades. I mean, of course, I did get a more natural shade, which is why it's not showing up as much. Depends on the shades you get too. But they're very nice blushes. You can't overdo them. They blend really well. They don't stick out like a stripe. You know, even if you didn't blend, they look blended. That kind of blush. Here it is kind of on my finger. I don't know, maybe I will try to attempt to kind of show you on here on my wrist probably. Where you could probably see a little bit better. Do you see what I mean? Like I'm really rubbing it, but it's not like looking overdone at all. You know, it's just a little bit of blush right there that you can barely pick up. Highlighters. Now this is my favorite, one of my favorite items from Chanel. Have you guys ever tried Chanel highlighters? Oh my lord, they're good. That's what I'm wearing on my skin today. Oh my gosh, it gives you the most, you know, like it's not like bling, like blingy, obviously highlighter look, but at the same time they're very luminous. Like they're very, like, I don't know, they shine, but in a very kind of lit from within kind of way. And the highlighters are so finely milled. Now here's my favorite one right here. This one is in the shade 10 Ivory Gold. This is so good. I wear this all the time, you guys. So let me take the protector out. Do you see how much it's loved? If you look in the middle, how much I've used it already. You guys, this is the most beautiful. Do you see this? What I'm talking about? This is the most natural, glowy, beautiful highlighter ever. This is my favorite. It's got this beautiful ivory gold finish. Whew, so nice. And then I have this big one, which came out with the last year's holiday collection. This is the oversized illuminating face powder. This is Or Rose, in the shade Or Rose. This one was the medium shade. The other one was like too dark for me, so I got this one. This one is kind of like a rose gold type of shade, which works perfectly with my skin tone. Let me show you something. Oh my goodness, these are like so beautiful. These highlighters, you guys, the Chanel highlighters are the best. This one is a little bit too dark-ish for me, so I like to tend to wear this more like a blush topper, blending into highlighter-ish. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. Chanel wasn't releasing very many dark shades at all, and then all of a sudden they started releasing, just like in this last holiday collection, like one of the most unlikely things, highlighters, which even dark skin wants it a little bit lighter than super dark, because highlighter is supposed to highlight. They came up with like the darkest highlighters, you know, like most lighter skin, like most medium to light skin, even my skin, which is not even medium, I'm a medium dark, and I even couldn't wear the other one. And that one, this one is even still like too dark for me. You know, as you can see, this is almost like a blush topper on me. I mean, if you actually see it in person, you will see it's actually darker than it looks on my hand. But I'm so glad that they, you know, included two dark shades so darker complexions can use the highlighters, you know, because the highlighters are some of Chanel's best. Okay, let's move on to eyeshadow palettes. I think only have few eyeshadow palettes because I love Chanel makeup, but Chanel eyeshadows, they're good, but they're not mind-blowing to me. What's mind-blowing to me are Tom Ford eyeshadow quads. You guys, they're super expensive, more expensive than Chanel, but I absolutely love them. I'm addicted to them. I collect them like a maniac. I have like a ton of them in my drawer. I've run out of space because of them. But anyway, this is the Les Ombres collection. This one is the 937 Ombre de Lune. So this is from, I forget which collection this was. Was it like fall collection? Was it? I don't remember. It was a recent collection. This has got that earthy kind of gold copper sort of color story. And these shadows, you know, there again, they're good, but I'm gonna say that they're not like super impressive to me, but they're really good. I mean, they're good quality. They're Chanel after all, but they have a very kind of understated yet sophisticated look. What palette am I wearing today? I forgot. I think it's the next one. So yeah, I mean, they're good, but I wouldn't say they are mind-blowing to me, which is why you will not see that many eyeshadow palettes in my collection, although I have many other things. I'll show you which I'm really nuts about. Well, their highlighters is one which I'm going to buy more and more of. They don't have too many highlighters already released. I think there's only like 4 or 5 of them really. Then I have this one right here. This one is also from the Les Ombres collection. This one is $274. Anyway, this one also came with the recent collection. This one I really like. This is really, that's actually what I'm wearing today. I completely forgot. So yeah, I love how this one actually has this beautiful sort of like very like ivory kind of shade here that's really nice to highlight the inner corner and the brow bone with. And these old shades, you know, this is a full look. This is nice for the outer crease here in the outer corner. It's really beautiful. Let me just show you just a little bit of a swatch. Nice quality, feels kind of buttery, silky finish. Again, great quality. But, you know, are they better than Tom Ford ones? Not quite, but they're quite almost there. I do love them, but I there again, I'm more in love with the Tom Ford ones. Then I have from the Tweed collection. The Chanel came up with the Tweed collection. I gave away 3 other of my Tweed ones, which I didn't really love them. They were a little too kind of lackluster for me, a little bit dull, and I actually reviewed the entire collection. I'll link that video up here and down in the description box. But I ended up giving away 3 of them to my friends and family. And I only kept this one from the Tweed collection. As you can see, the eyeshadows have Tweed embossing, which is really awesome. There again, I kept this color story, which I feel like I already have, but I like this color story more than the other color stories that came with the collection. One thing that was different and nice about this collection was that like all these shades were very kind of very buttery, like slightly shimmery satin shades. Here, this one is like the shimmer shade right there. This one is really kind of like super shiny. So let me kind of show you what I mean. It's kind of a super shine finish. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to really show you here. This has got a really kind of like micro dust kind of like shine finish. No, it's not really showing on the camera. This is the worst thing Chanel ever made. This is this eye gloss that came out with last holiday collection. This is supposed to be for your eyelids and eyebrows, like a brow setter. No, this is absolutely not a brow setter. It does not look good on the eyebrows. Doesn't look good on the eyelids. It looks muddy if you put it on top of eyeshadows. If you put it just by itself on its own on the eyelids, it doesn't still look good. It doesn't shine. It does nothing. It's pretty awful. This is essentially a throwaway. This is really, really like one of the worst things Chanel ever made, which is very unusual. And then we have a Chanel eyeliners. I've only got one of them. I need to get more shades from Chanel. This is 46. Their eyeliners are pretty good. They, you know, stay on, mainly for waterline, you know. But this is a beautiful kind of green shade, which is what I'm wearing on my waterline today. They stay on nice, glide on well. Really good. But I really love Victoria Beckham eyeliners, you guys. They're my absolute favorites. So as far as mascaras go, I have the one mascara, the Lovelies, of course. This is really good, you guys. I love this brush, by the way. This is a good sign of a really good mascara when the brush is shaped like this. I like the fact that it's not too wet and not too dry. You know, it's like that cream kind of consistency, which is the best. So that's the mascara I'm wearing today, and this mascara make my lashes look like I'm wearing falsies. Really, it's really, really good. The only one complaint I have about this mascara is that if you get that on your eyeball by any chance, if you even make the slightest mistake and got it on your eye, it burns like a you know that, okay? So like if you cry wearing this mascara, if you're going to a wedding or anywhere that you think you're going to cry, don't wear this mascara, because if you got it in your eye, boy, it's gonna burn. A Chanel primer, mascara primer. This is a really good primer, you guys. I have actually 10 of these because every time I buy Chanel makeup, they throw one of these in, like right here. Here's another one. So I feel like I don't need to buy it. I have so many of these primers and they really work really well. If you put the primer on first and then the mascara, perfect. Let's get into the biggest bunch of items that I have. They are lip products from Chanel, which I absolutely love. I will tell you that I adore Chanel lip liners. Oh my god, why are not people talking about Chanel lip liners? These are amazing. I love them. They are like not, you know, like I've never found a lip liner that is, well, except Pat McGrath. They're pretty good too. But I've never found lip liners that don't break when you know, like they don't break, but also not too stiff. You know, like MAC lip liners are too dry and too painful kind of sometimes when you put it on. And then like there are these other cheaper brands, even like Lisa Eldridge, which is a high-end brand. Like her lip liners break so easily, it's kind of annoying. Whereas Chanel, oh my gosh, it's just the right amount of firmness and it goes on like butter. It's absolutely great. I love them. This is my most used lip liner. As you can tell, it's almost kind of a stub. This shade I absolutely love. 184. This is my favorite shade that I like to wear with my favorite lipstick. I'll get to it here in a minute. I'll link all of this stuff down in the description box for you. But let me swatch just the shade that by the way, one end is the lip liner and the other one is a lip brush, which I really appreciate. I think it's really nice, especially if you're on the go. So let me show you how creamy and beautiful these are, but at the same time, they don't break. Like, look at that. I mean, look at that lip liner, okay? Fantastic. Love it. Okay, so now for my favorite items from Chanel, you guys. Lipsticks. Oh my god, I love Chanel lipsticks, and especially in particular one type of lipstick that I really have to give a shout out to. So these right here, you guys. So here's actually my backup. This is the backup to my other shade. Right here, this is Rouge Coco Bloom. This is in the shade Burst, you guys. The Coco Bloom, the entire line is fabulous, but the shades Burst and Alive, those are the shades that actually have this subtle, almost kind of metallic sheen to it that make your lips look so plump and juicy. And it's also high shine and wet looking. So it's like all that together. It's like, it's got this amazing like mix of like metallic, plumpy, juicy, high shine, all of those things together, and they make my lips look so sultry. I mean, I get so many compliments on these lipsticks, you guys. I'm not even kidding. So yeah, as you can tell, you know, can you tell by looking at the lipstick what I'm talking about? Let me show you. I'm gonna swatch it right there. Hopefully you can get an idea of what I am talking about. Probably not. Like, swatches are terrible, you guys. Swatches aren't the best. I'm just gonna show you like on my lips a little bit. This is like, I've already gone through one of these. You guys see that? It gives the most juicy, plump, with a slight metallic sheen. So good. This is like my favorite shade, you guys. So I have this is, by the way, I took it out of the box. So this is my backup. That's how much I love it. I already went through one already. It's gone. I had to put it in my empties. And then here's this one. And then I have a backup. So I'm using like 3 of them. And then my Alive, I think, is in my purse. I don't know, it's somewhere. So I have Alive as well. Alive is like this, but only like more like on the hot pink side a little bit more, I think. Even this has like a little bit of like a raspberry kind of color to it. This one, I really love this shade. I get so many compliments, it's not even funny. And then you have the Rouge Coco Flash lipsticks. These are also very juicy lipsticks, as you can tell. Very nice finish. I love them as well. So do you see that right there? That's the Coco Flash. As you can probably tell, so here's Coco Bloom and here's Coco Flash. Coco Flash is a little bit more on the lighter kind of coverage, like a more sheer, not sheer, it's not really sheer, but like it's a little lighter, not as full coverage looking, but very beautiful, glossy, juicy finish. Like you can tell by like how juicy that tip looks. Do you see that? So yeah, very like gives you that plump look to the lips, which I love to wear these shades in the summertime. I actually have brighter shades from this line, and here's the other one, is also like a brighter shade that I bought. I don't know, like I ended up doing it that way. So here's the other shade right next to it. Absolutely beautiful, love them, they're so juicy. Then I have Rouge Allure. So this is what Rouge Allure looks like, the bullet. This is more of a satin finish. Let me show you this one. Like, yeah, see right there, that's the satin finish. So yeah, this one is not remarkably great, I wouldn't say. It's just like your, you know, like satin lipstick, but there's something to them that actually, you know, there's quality. You can recognize the quality in it. So yeah, I do like these two, but they're not my favorite finish or favorite line of lipsticks. I would say Rouge Coco Bloom is my favorite, especially those two shades that I talked about. Coco Flash is good too. Oh, you guys, I forgot, I actually have a Rouge Coco Bloom in actually a shade called Season too. Let me show you the difference. So this is not one of the shades that has that sort of metallic finish. Let me show you. So this is actually Season. This doesn't have that whole metallic thing going on like Burst and Alive, but you see the difference, right? It's like, it's just like that glossy, like very juicy finish. It's really, I'm running out of places to swatch, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can tell the difference. I don't think that that the other shades look exactly like Burst and Alive, but this is also really beautiful, kind of very like pinky, like hot pink kind of shade. That's really stunning. This is great for summertime, you guys. I have another Rouge Allure shade. This one is a little bit dark brown, kind of burgundy shade, which is, you know, nice for fall time. Then I have some new Rouge Allure Velvet. These haven't even come out of the boxes yet, but I've tried them on. So this is like the newest Rouge Allure Velvet shades. These are like Rouge Allure, but they have like that velvet finish, you know, whereas the Rouge Allure is usually a satin finish. So this one has like this is supposed to be basically a soft matte with that, you know, kind of velvet finish. So this is like your more velvet finish of the Rouge Allure lipsticks. I'll do a new new makeup try-on video. I will include these, you know, and show you how they go on the lips. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, these are new. And here's another shade from the Rouge Allure Velvet that's new also. Here is another one. This is like another bright corally shade that I bought for summertime. Let me swatch it right under the other one. So yeah, you see that they're kind of velvet finish. They're not the shiny satin type of finish. Then I have the Rouge Allure L'Extrait. You know, this one is a different, I think this came, I want to say, did it come with the holiday collection? I can't remember. No, I think it's just new. But yeah, this has got a skinnier kind of bullet here. So this one has, again, that shine sort of finish right there. This one is the very kind of like orangey red, which is actually beautiful. It's not super shiny. It's more of a, I don't know, cream finish, I want to say, like a cream lipstick in the true sense, not like a high shine finish like Rouge Coco Bloom or Coco Flash, but more like a cream finish. And then I have this lip product here. This is a lip balm, like a lip pot. So you can use this as a balm or like just like a lip, like a potted lip product. It's kind of high shine when you know, you can tell it's emollient. So when you get it on your finger, it's like a balm. It's like a very beautiful, like balm finish. It's really pretty actually. Let me put it right here on my hand. So there, I put it right there. I don't know if you can see. I'm sorry, I'm kind of covered in swatches right now. Gives you a nice like glow to the lips. This is a really nice everyday like no makeup look. Then I have the Ulta Tenue lip duos here. So this is kind of interesting, you guys. So what this is like on this end you get the lipstick basically. So let me swatch it right there. So that's the lipstick. It's kind of like a creamy lipstick. And then you have on the other end a sealant, almost like it seals it in. So it's like a gloss, so you put it on top of it and it actually turns it into like this gloss finish, but at the same time it kind of seals it in. These are super long lasting, super long wearing. Then I have the Chanel Actual Gloss. So this is the shade that I have it in. This is a beautiful sort of, I don't know, again, raspberry kind of shade. Let me put it on my palm here. I think the glosses are easier to show on palms anyway. I gotta tell you that the Chanel gloss right here, I mean, it's nice, but it's not as nice as, let's say, Pat McGrath glosses. You know what's really good? Gosh, I forget the name. I don't know, slipping my mind right now. They have the most glassy looking glosses that I absolutely love. I forgot about these. These are Chanel Bombs. These are really, 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 really good. They give this light flush of color that's really beautiful. Just a, you know, light flush of color to your lips on those days where you just want to do like a no makeup look, or no makeup at all but want like a little flush of color and moisturize your lips. These are really, really good. I love this shade. I need to get more shades. Okay, now I have to show you all of my nail polishes from Chanel, which I love so much. Here they are. So I have like 3 from the holiday collections, which you can tell by the gold CC sign, whereas the regular ones have the white. So yeah, these I think are the 3 from the last holiday collection that I got. I have all 3 of them. This one I really, really like because it's got that sort of like, I don't know, that beautiful chartreuse but more green kind of color. And this one is a top coat, you guys, that you can wear on top of other colors. It's so beautiful. And Chanel nail polishes are so creamy and so like so opaque that if you put 1 coat it's enough, but you put 2 coats and you put a nice like top coat on it, it seals it in and it doesn't chip easily. Here's another really sort of bright red, and then here's one of my favorite colors. It's kind of like a silverish gold finish, which I really love. And these 2 are from the nude collection. They came up with the nudes. I love these. These are really classy looking, amazing nudes. They look really, really awesome. Last but not least, I'm almost done. I wanted to show you my Coco Mademoiselle, what do you call this? The body gel, the pearly body gel. This smells exactly like Coco Mademoiselle. This is from the Le Beige collection that released with the Le Beige collection. This is the illuminating oil face body and hair. Ooh, this is like gold, and it's got this like shimmers, gold shimmers floating around in there. Do you see that? I've actually worn this on my IG stories when I went to Hawaii. I wore this on the beach, and wow, it was so good. So yeah, you guys, I mean, it's not gonna show here the beautiful shine because of all the lights. You can only see it in natural daylight. But yeah, this like shimmers and makes you look like a glowing goddess, okay? It's really good. You had to shake it up first. And let me show you the Coco Mademoiselle too, I guess. This one also has really nice, beautiful micro. You know what's funny? This one doesn't have a stopper. I don't know why, for whatever reason. I don't understand. But anyway, let me show you it here. This also has like, no, it's not gonna show. No, it's not gonna show. But it has beautiful like little micro shimmer particles, micro shimmer. So beautiful. This one is more of a, this is not an oil. This is more of a like fragranced body shimmer. Okay, this one is more of an actual oil, but anyway, I love these. They are perfect. Love to wear them in summertime in particular. That's it. That is my massive Chanel makeup collection. Did you like it? Did you enjoy everything I had to share with you? What do you have from Chanel? Have you been thinking about buying some? Do you have a big collection like me, or maybe even bigger? Or are you just starting your Chanel collection and you're wondering what to buy, and this video is helpful that way for you? Let me know down in the comments section. I would really like to know your experience. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell next to it so you will never miss any of my videos. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I post a lot of really fun short content. I will see you guys in my next video.